Yo, what is going on, everybody? Caveman Jack back for another album reaction / review, and we are back live from the studio. Yo, hopefully you guys are having an amazing week. Now, I think it was last year I finally checked out Pink Floyd for the first time. I checked out the album Wish You Were Here, and what a monumental piece of music it was. It felt so iconic. It felt like I was listening to a really historically significant album, and it had so many amazing moments that really hit me. And then when we hit Wish You Were Here on that album, it was a really emotional moment for me. I remember the lyrics and the instrumentation really hitting me, and just the tone in his voice really just kind of spoke to me, and it was such a fantastic moment, and a moment that I'll always remember. Now, an album that is probably one of the most recognizable albums of all time, Dark Side of the Moon, is a project that I've been saving for, 24 years now. Now, of course, there are moments within this project that I probably have heard. I think you'd probably really struggle not to have heard moments of this album throughout your life, because it's easily one of the most recognizable projects of all time. Now, I understand that it kind of flows really nicely, and I don't really want to stop too much unless I have to, just because I understand it's going to break up the album a fair bit, and there will be moments where I will stop, and obviously it's a different kind of experience stopping and starting a project like this, but that's how we're going to do it on the channel. And obviously with future listens, I'll be able to listen song to song to song without having breaks, but for the context of how we make the videos here on the channel, I will stop and talk about moments that hit me, any kind of instrumentation that really kind of connects with me. This journey so far on the channel, we have listened to a varied amount of artists from different eras, some current, some icons from yesteryear, and it always feels really special when we check out these projects. And Pink Floyd, they're one of the most, legendary psychedelic rock bands, of all times. And I have no doubt this album's going to just be an incredible trip. So I'm really excited to get into it. This is The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. It's like a heartbeat. Bass drum and what sounds like a clock. Slow rise. Can't really make out what it is yet. Sounds are warm as hell. Oh, it's just so wavy, isn't it? Just really simple bass guitar. Effective sounds.
Breathe in the air. Don't be afraid to care.
It's really warm tone on his voice.
Leave, but don't leave me. Long you live and high you fly. And smiles you'll give and tears you'll cry. And all you see is all your life will ever be. Run, rabbit, run.
Oh, some nice synths there. Or maybe they're just like it's going up and down the guitar, I'm not sure. See how much kind of like spacey it feels?
Only if you ride the tide, balanced on the biggest wave. race towards an early grave.
Oh, that synth's good. Song's called On the Run, and it feels like this fast pace already on this track. Contextually, just the tones really match the song title. It's building. Super futuristic. I imagine at the time of release, some of these sounds, man, like really kind of pushing the boundary. 1973. Yeah, damn, 1973. Oh, that drone synth is very prevalent now. Here on that left ear. You can tell we're just building. We're really trying to set a tone here, really set a scene. There you go, on the run. Someone running away. It's like a clock now. Multiple clocks. Sheesh. Christ. That scared the crap out of me. I just feel like I'm supposed to be waking up for work. It's like an alarm. It's like not a good feeling. Oh damn. Oh, one more. That's the bass, yeah? How strong is that bass? Just that one note, so weighty. Oh, and that soft piano, that synth is beautiful. There we go, there's a bit of guitar. Beautiful sounds, man. Like you can't help but just feel the weight and presence of these sounds. And because they're just moving around, it just feels so like effortless to just close your eyes and just appreciate them.
Taking away the moments that make up a dull day. You fritter and waste the hours in off and wait. Tired and lying in the sunshine, staying home to watch the rain. And you are young and life is long, and there is time to kill today. And then one day you find 10 years have got behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun.
Oh my gosh, how are those lyrics, man? This is a track, man. This is my favorite so far, man, I tell ya. great solo, man. His harmonies there.
When you run, to catch up with the sun when it's sinking. Racing around to come up behind you again. Every year is getting shorter, never seem to find the time. Plans that either come to naught or half a page of scribbled lines. Hanging on in quiet desperation is the English way. The time is gone, the song is over. Thought I'd something more to say.
Jeez, what a track, man.
Home, home again. I like to be here when I can. Far away across the fields, the tolling of the iron bell calls the faithful to their knees to hear the softly spoken magic spell.
I know it's a crime to stop the dark side of the moon. I know. I apologize. Time, man. What a just fantastic piece. I'm gonna keep it nice and short. Just a fantastic piece. The lyricism, just oh my gosh, like addressing these feelings of mortality and this idea of time and running out of time and every year just getting shorter and shorter and having all these plans. Half anxious, but also realism and acceptance. There's a lot of acceptance with this idea of mortality and time, running out of time, and just the instrumentation just kept you feeling so safe, and addressing ideas of mortality can be quite confronting at times. I think the instrumentation really allowed you to be able to kind of ponder these internal thoughts and wrestle these thoughts in a manner that doesn't feel like too overwhelming, because the instrumentation is just so warm. Just a beautiful track. I really had to stop and just give it a shout out, man. Just a beautiful track. Oh my gosh. The Great Gig in the Sky is a wonderful song title. Wavy again. You gotta love that sound, man.
I am not frightened of dying. Any time will do, I don't mind. Why should I be afraid of dying? There's no reason for it. You've got to go sometime.
It's like talking about, again, that idea of mortality. Continuing on from time. Oh, that is fantastic. She was screaming that out. Oh, this piano's alright. I'm really liking hearing this kind of sound from her during the piano section. I think a little bit more than the earlier part. Here it's just, she's just so smooth over it. But still volatile enough that you're kind of on your toes, but instrumentation just makes it feel really warm. I love it. So much emotion. In hindsight, it's really cool how she started really aggressive and almost like now it just feels a little bit more subdued, slowly kind of broken its way down into this just really just subtle, subdued sound. Damn, that piano outro was fantastic. Yep, Money. This is a track that I have heard. It's a very big Pink Floyd song. Okay, well, so it's like similar to Time. You know, the kind of sound effects. Here on Money, we got the kind of cash. Ka-ching. This is a track, isn't it? Bass guitar on this album has been so solid, and here it's kind of really kind of speaking to the listener, isn't it? Really has such a voice. I like how he kind of builds on that, almost follows the instrumentation and the notes. Great change of tempo. Nice when they just cut the other sounds. Bit of hi-hat action. How that electric overpowered all the other sounds there. I can't get over the bass, man. I mean, that electric is crazy too. Man, imagine just shredding this at a concert. Addressing the idea of money and what it means to people, and like the kind of fakeness that surrounds money, and just really great use of instrumentation on this song. It's quite a long one, so he's sitting within these wavy sounds, but such rich instrumentation on this project, and this track is no different. Just a lot of different sounds at all times, man. It's a marvel. It's 1973. Solid, man. Yeah, so the transitions are really solid on this album. They just kind of flow really smoothly.
I don't know, I was really drunk at the time.
speaking, man. It's speaking. Feeling just quite joyous.
And them.
Oh, he sounds good there.
And after all, we're only ordinary men.
Great sounds, man.
Forward ye cry from the rear and the front rank die. The general's side and the lines on the map move from side to side. Black, 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 and blue, blue, blue.
Oh, I love that. It's like a little ad-lib. It's like singing with him.
Up, and down, down, and in the end, it's only round and round, round and round, round,
Oh my gosh, man, his tone. I just can't get over just how warm it is. The delay on his voice as well, that echo effect, just really effective.
and who deny it's what the fighting's all about?
Oh, here we go, here we go.
Out of the way, it's a busy day. I've got things on my mind.
What a track. I don't want to stop it. I don't want to stop it. I don't want to stop it. I think we're just going to have to keep it going. Alright. Scenes were nice. I want to hear some more. Come on, come on. There we go. That's what we like. The kind of like echo effect is making it sound super trippy. Really kind of fills out the mix. That's cool. It's like bouncing like ping pong. Left, right. I like how we've got like a blend of strictly instrumental pieces and then like tracks that have singing on it. Because truth be told, the instrumental pieces here, they feel like they're singing. It feels like they have a voice. This instrumentation, you know, so it always feels like something singing to us. Just again, guitars have just been beautiful on this album, man. Just really just speak to you.
The lunatic is on the grass. The lunatic is on the grass. The lunatic is in the hall. The lunatics are in my hall. The paper holds their folded faces to the floor. And every day the paper boy brings more. And if the dam breaks open many years too soon, and if there is no room upon the hill, and if your head explodes with dark forebodings too, I'll see you on the dark side.
Oh, that is nice. He's got such a warm voice. It's very just inviting. That's so nice, dude. Great sips, man.
I can't feel anything to say.
It was a bit more playful instrumentation. Obviously some playful ad-libs there with the laughter.
All that you touch and all that you see, all that you taste, all you feel, and all you create,
Yeah, it's building. I like those layers.
and all that you do, and all that you say, and all that you eat, and everyone you meet, and all that you slight, and everyone you fight, and all that is now, and all that is gone, and all that's to come, and everything under the sun is in tune.
Right, it's flowing now.
Eclipsed by the moon.
It's that heartbeat again. Is this the final track?
There is no dark side in the moon, really. Matter of fact, it's all dark.
That is the final track. A beautiful way to bookmark the albums. Bringing in, fading in that heartbeat sounding bass drum. I think it was a kick drum. And then the end of the project there kind of fading out with the kick drum again. Like I thought, it's an album that really feels like a complete sound. There are probably tracks that like Money and Time, that Us and Them, the tracks that you can kind of take out and just play by themselves. But I think it's such a much fuller experience when you listen to them in the context of this project and the sounds that surround, songs that surround those tracks that really build this scene setting soundscape of the dark side of the moon. It feels very, almost like another world. It feels very space-like, but it feels like another universe in terms of some of the sounds and instrumentation. The Great Gig in the Sky was such an abstract sound, just like how that female vocalist came in and was just like so aggressive on those screams, but they still felt so warm. And then as that track kind of played out, you started hearing like the piano come in a little bit more, and then she kind of became a little bit more subdued in her delivery. A lot of different elements in this album. There's a lot going on, a lot of subtle instrumentation. I love the transitions. I love the way it flowed. 1973. How did people react when this album came out, guys? I really want to have a huge discussion about this album. I was trying to get a couple of the themes. There's a bunch of themes, I think, on this project. Obviously, talking about like time and mortality was an interesting one. Money and its effect on people, us and them, maybe looking at kind of like war-like scenarios. Who are we fighting for? Who are we fighting against? Those kind of themes as well. I'm not quite sure, but I'd love to know more about this project. Please let me know your thoughts on what do you think the concepts behind this project is. I'd love to also hear your thoughts on what your favorite tracks of this project is. I understand it's probably, for many, it would be the complete sound, I think. But if you had to single 3 tracks out of this project, which ones would you pick? Just a beautiful piece. I didn't really stop and talk much on this reaction, guys. And I think that's just out of respect of this project. And quite often, it felt like things didn't need to be said. And for the most part, it was just enjoying the sounds and enjoying an iconic album. But Us and Them it might be my favorite. Time and Us and Them are just phenomenal tracks. His tone on Time, as well as Us and Them, just really connected with me. And the warm sounds that we heard on both those tracks were just truly just mesmerizing. This album definitely doesn't overstay its welcome neither. It's around 43 minutes and it feels like it's a really tight storytelling journey. And the soundscapes really feel fleshed out to the point that you kind of get a really comprehensive look into that specific sound, whilst not feeling like you're getting delayed to then appreciate the next track. It's just a really nice blend. It's crazy to think that I finally stopped and listened to The Dark Side of the Moon. Like I said, it's one of the most iconic albums, and in some way or another, we've all heard parts of it. What was the reaction to this album when it came out? Were people really connecting to it, or were people a little bit hesitant at first and it was like a slow kind of acceptance of this sound? I'm not sure. I'd love to hear more about this album and this band. Thank you so much for checking out this reaction, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, feel free to hit the subscribe button and join the community. I have listened to Wish You Were Here on the channel as well if you want to check that video out. That was The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. My name is Caveman Jack. Take care, and I will see y'all in the next video. Cheers.
How you live and how you fly.